Folks, get your popcorn ready. This one right here may break the internet. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Advanced and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We'll cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. We'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And folks, we got a crazy show for y'all today. Y'all do not want to miss what we got going on today because this one right here is going to break the internet. But before we even get into that, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So, as you guys know, about a week or so ago, Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James had a spat. Then Stephen A. Smith went on ESPN First Take that day. I believe Kendrick Perkins was there as well. And he brought up something, which was, he said, and I'm still wondering why, I'm paraphrasing, and I'm still wondering why LeBron never attended Kobe Bryant's memorial. Then he brought up the thing about Dwayne Wade's. Why didn't attend Dwayne Wade's Harlem Richmond speech or whatever. So when he said that, people started contacting me immediately. No, matter of fact, we did a live. As soon as he said that, we went live. And we were reacting to it and all of this stuff. And then I said on the live, if I'm wrong, I'm going to take down the live. But right now, I'm going to go with what Stephen A. Smith said. Then later on in that day, Stephen A. Smith came out on Twitter and said, no, I made a mistake. LeBron did attend, blah, 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 blah. And I'm sorry for this and da, 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 da. Right? Various people chimed in. So the story was there. Then what happened? I'm actually at the barbershop, right? I'm at the barbershop cutting my hair. And something just tells me to check my Instagram. Right? The Instagram for our channel. By the way, if you guys are not following us on IG, follow us on DREAMERSPRO, same name as the channel, DREAMERSPRO, and you follow me on IG. My handle is CTABANZ. So I open up the inbox, and I who was the message? Who do I see a message from? From my man Andre Dixon, right? Super cool dude, CEO of Verge magazine. He's really heavy into the sports scene out there in London. Yeah, he does multiple shows, co-founder of multiple shows, really doing his thing, right? Super cool dude. Also into Formula One and all of that, right? So super cool dude. I'll probably check him out this summer when I'm in London. Probably do that. But anyway, he sends me this post. And he's like, check this out. This may be something interesting. So I click on it while I'm cutting my hair and I begin to look at it. I'm like, oh my God, this is something that I got to check out. So I finished cutting my hair and then I click on the post to see exactly what it was. And essentially what it was Pablo Torre. Now, Pablo Torre used to work at ESPN as a former ESPN reporter, right? I believe now he's with MSNBC or some new network or another one, but he used to be working at ESPN, and he was quite respected. And it's a post from Instagram. Pablo Torres finds out the post, and the post says, and I want to show it to you. We fact-checked Stephen A. Smith's allegation that LeBron didn't attend Kobe's memorial. There's no effing way he was there. If he was there, he was Casper the Ghost. And I was like, wait, what's going on here? But before we go any further, we actually want to play what they had to say. Folks, get your popcorn ready. This one right here may break the internet. Take a listen to this here.
What we did here at Pablo Torre Finds Out was talk to 8 sources who are directly familiar with the situation to get to the bottom of a mystery that has been hiding, allegedly, in plain sight. And I'm just investigating these claims to be very, very clear on a purely factual basis. I'm not here to talk about motives. But claim number 1, there's a video of Diana Taurasi.
I mean, who has a turn-away fadeaway jumper at 11? LeBron barely got it today.
And she does, by the way, gesture off screen. But what we did, of course, was look at multiple angles of the broadcast of that very direction at various points in the broadcast. No visible LeBron at all in the photography. And then what I did was confirm with multiple sources that Diana Taurasi never saw LeBron James at the memorial that day. So this person held up as the proof, did not see LeBron that day. So claim number 2, that LeBron James was there, but he chose to be left off camera. What we did was we talked to a lead producer on the memorial, a longtime awards show producer named Ron Basile. Ron Basile helped coordinate everything from Beyonce's 6:40 a.m. soundcheck to Michael Jordan's eulogy. And the producer told us when we asked him about any directive from LeBron James about having him on camera, quote, "The off-camera thing is bullshit," end quote. And we can further tell you that according to 2 additional independent, high-level sources involved in the planning of this whole event who were in attendance, what they tell us here at Pablo Torre finds out is that they did not see LeBron in the building. They don't know of a single person who did see him in the building. And one of the people who did not see LeBron at all that day was, in fact, Lakers owner Jeannie Buss. So, as one of the sources who spent that morning in the event's VIP areas says of LeBron, quote, "There's no way he was there. If he was there, he was Casper the Ghost," end quote. My personal belief, by the way, is that I don't care how anyone chooses to grieve at all.
Yeah.
But LeBron James, the face of the Lakers, who got the tattoo, gave the speech at center court, threw away his notes, was the face of mourning for this person. What LeBron did not do was what LeBron himself had chosen to do in the weeks before. LeBron did not take center stage at all. And multiple high-level sources told us that LeBron was not invited to speak at Kobe's memorial. We had a third source involved in the planning of this, go back to an early wish list of speakers and performers. This was shared between the Lakers, Vanessa Bryant, event producers. And as this third source puts it, quote, "He's not on the list. Vanessa's on all these emails. It wasn't just the Lakers. It was a family thing. There was a lot of emotion. The word LeBron isn't even in here."
So you heard what Pablo said. This is damning. And I'll tell you why this is particularly damning. The reason this particular report is damning is because of all of the pieces of evidence and the witnesses that they used. The first witness was Diana Taurasi. When she made those comments about LeBron, as you saw there, when she looked to her left, one would have thought that he was there. He wasn't there. They showed the footage there. And the person that they said they were using to say that she saw him said she never saw him. That's number one. Number two, they said the event's producer, you heard what he said, the quotes. If he was there, he was Casper the Ghost. And the third person they used was the Lakers governor, Jeannie Buss, who said she didn't see him. So now we have three people. The producer, Diana Taurasi, and Jeannie Buss, according to Pablo Torre, saying that he was never there. And the producer saying the story of not being on TV was BS. Well, now we got to do a double take. And I'm going to tell you why we need to do a double take. The reason we need to do a double take is because there are a lot of conflicting stories here. What do I mean? Well, let's first of all address it from the Stephen A. Smith angle. Okay, Stephen A. Smith is one of the most connected people in the NBA. No doubt about it. Right? One of the most in vogue people in the know. Stephen A. Smith, with all of his years in the NBA, all of his connections, he comes out on national TV and says, "I wonder why LeBron didn't attend Kobe's memorial." Pause the damn video. Someone at that level, with that reputation, for them to just say that, it must mean that this is something that was probably murmured about in the background. Otherwise, why say it? And by the way, this isn't the first time this was said. That's number one. Number two, the next thing that happened immediately after that was he was corrected. Then some people told me LeBron was there. Many other people in media said LeBron was there. It almost seemed like when they came out and said it, it seems like as if it was done to be as like a correction. Like, okay, no. We need to reset this message. The messaging is wrong here, right? So you had Stephen A. Smith with all of his background. He goes out there and says that, right? Then you have all these other voices that come out and say, no, you were wrong. Fantastic. Now you have a third party in Pablo Torre attaching his name, his brand to this story, but not just simply going out there and saying, oh, according to my sources, so and so. No. What he did was investigative journalism. He didn't just simply say he was there, like the people that have messaged me and said he was there, without an iota of evidence. It's just he was there. What this gentleman did was put his reputation on the line, put his brand's name on the line, then decided to substantiate his claims by doing a little bit of investigative journalism and then going out there and attaching various quotes to various people that were there. He used Diana Taurasi. he then showed the footage or the image or the picture when she looked to her left and there was no one there. They even saw Rob, because when she said it, she looked to the left. Then they showed the picture of Rob Pelinka standing there. There was no one there. Then they now used her quote saying she never saw him. But he didn't just stop there. He then went to the next person, which is the producer. And the producer is quoted saying the whole being off camera stuff is BS. It's BS. Then he concluded with the owner saying that she never saw him there. So he's used 3 different situations to substantiate his claims. Now the question then becomes, who do you believe? But that's not the question I want to address. There's a bigger question here, which is this. Why is this a question? Why is this a question? Why is this a story? Why is this even a thing? Why does this situation even exist? Why does it exist? Is anybody questioning whether or not Shaq and all the other attendees were there? No. Nobody's questioning it, right? But this particular one, they're questioning. This particular one, Stephen A. Smith went out there and said that. And I'm sure Stephen A. Smith kind of got what I got. Oh, no, he was there. You were wrong. So if Stephen A. Smith was in fact wrong, and in fact he was truly corrected, why would now Pablo come out and say this? Why would Pablo Torre come out and say this? And on top of that, why would he now quote specific individuals that were at the event and tie them to his story? Do you think Pablo just chasing a story here? No, I don't think so. I think Pablo put out this information today and is willing to 100% defend it. 100%. That's what I believe. Pablo isn't just some dude walking around somewhere that doesn't do anything. This guy is connected to some major corporate. I think he's currently with I think the company is with MSNBC or one of these other. I can't remember the company exactly that he's currently with right now. Right? He does shows with real people, like some known people in sports media. So for him to say this is pretty serious. Pretty serious. And now it causes people like me to ask a simple question. What is going on here? Why are there so many conflicting reports? So the question to the audience is simply this. What do you think about this new information that's come out? And number 2, why do you think that there's so many conflicting reports around this? Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have to thank God in heaven, and I thank God in heaven that he gave me wisdom. In this video, we're not accusing anybody. What I'm doing is reporting on a story, right? I'm reporting on what was said. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. Catch you on the next show, and I'm out. Peace.